Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Voxcaster podcast. We are back with another Monday episode of our hobby chat, hangout, roundup, everything.
Bit of everything.
Yeah. So as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts Steve and Kim, and we are just going to dive through the Sunday preview, kind of give a little shout about what we've been working on, little things like that, little just roundup and our thoughts on things. So to start things off, it's a Sunday preview getting into the Melee and Assault Terminators and Chaos Marauders.
Exciting.
So scrolling down, first and foremost, we have the K stuff, and we have Farron Arios.
Yes, Captain Controversy. But yes, for all the right reasons, in all respects for GW. First named character of colour, so to speak. Was really, really well received by the community. Matching novel, but was introduced during Dawn of Fire series.
Yep. And yeah, he was in, it says here, he appears in the Master of Rights novel, which is available for pre-order this week as well.
Yeah, so book and, it's nice that we're getting a book and a mini together.
Armed with his Thunderhammer Honor, he was chosen by his Primarch to lead his brothers in battle. This is your first chance to buy this miniature. This model is currently only available while stocks last and have Legends rules. Really cool.
Legends rules.
This is actually one of the few characters I actually don't mind his non-helmeted version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, actually,
really
like his face sculpt is really well done.
Face
really
sculpt is
like-
well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kim.
No. I really like all the details, like the small details as well. The scroll. Is it on Fog?
It's like a servo skull.
So because he's Master of Rights, that is literally scripting everything he does.
Yeah, I
and
really like
everything
that
is.
detail.
Yeah, it's nice that that's included this time because it used to be a cherub in the front of him, didn't it, Max? You remember? It was
Yeah.
like a piece of paper coming down in front of the Master of Rights.
The other cool thing you could really easily do is just chop off that right arm, put in a pistol there, and you could just have a super quick, easy kitbash that takes 2 seconds.
Would agree.
And then if you just take off the Ultramarine on his left shoulder, you'd be good. You could make it pretty much any Legion.
I'm trying to work out if that middle gorget piece is a U for Ultramar or not when we've had this discussion now.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a U in there.
See.
That is the most discreet Ultramarine.
But I feel like if you just painted it different, would you see it? Like, I feel like it's so drawing because it's this gold thing in blue.
If you just did base armor, you'd probably be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? No, I like this model. I think it looks really, really cool. When we get down to the bottom near the book cover, his book cover looks really cool too.
Agreed.
And then moving on, we have the Ancient and Terminator armor, which is funny because I think this is Kim's favorite release this week and Steve's not favorite release this
Least favorite.
Not that it's not my favorite, it just doesn't go as well together as you'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm basing it just off of looks. The banner alone makes me want to get it. I'm just a big fan of banners.
I think a lot of people in Warhammer are big fans of banners.
Yeah, like they
It's a
disappeared
thing.
for years, and now they're on the rise again. Like, back banners on backpacks and everything.
Yeah.
I
Like
will
when
say,
when they redid the Horus Heresy line to have those big Vexillas on the back
Mhm.
again, so much better.
exactly. I will say though, Kim, you want this one, but you didn't get a box of Victrix Guard for the ginormous banner of the Ultramarines.
Listen, don't ask questions.
Just a valid point.
I mean, if we're looking at it realistically, we knew like things like this were coming. If they're going to do Terminator line, they're going to do Terminator Chaplain, they're going to do Terminator Apothecary, all that.
That's the only thing missing now.
Is the Apothecary, right?
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. Like Deathwing used to have it in the command squad, Blood Angels used to have it in the command squad, everyone used to have it, and now no one's had it for a long time. We had biologists, didn't we?
That's what it was, yeah. But watch, we're going to get like some Terminator Apothecary soon then. That'll be the next big character, or there'll be some named guy with a book about it or something.
Yep.
It does say that it includes 4 heads, which they do actually show all of them,
Mhm.
which I really like because later on they don't, which
I'm actually
Yeah.
a
we'll
big
mention.
yeah.
To be
Just
fair, like all the
enthusiastic.
heads are nice on this.
Yeah.
I
It gives
will
you a
say
nice variety too. Like you can do the one looking to the left, one looking to the right. You can do you want hair or no hair, you want a helmet, and they all come with the 2 of them come with the like Oculus as well. or
yes,
whatever
2
it's
are
called.
optics, one's half helmet, the other one's bare. Like,
Steve, you mentioned this
yes.
right before we started this call. Is I don't think I've ever seen a Space Marine box go from here's the major box to here's the single release this fast ever. Other than maybe the Horus Heresy 3.0 launch, which they needed to do because Saturnine just wasn't selling.
Yeah, not wrong at all. I think that is the fastest release I've seen so far. So what came out 2 weeks ago and now 4 weeks. Well, yeah, 2-week pre-order window, but up for pre-order 2 weeks later is madness, really. But I think that's due to the kickback on supply they had. Like, everyone was limited.
You know what's crazy about a kit like this?
Go on.
That you and I have been around long enough that we were around for the Blood Angels Terminator Hero packs that they did, where some of these like poses and sculpts back then with the old models, we were like mind blown. We were like,
Yep.
oh my gosh, these poses, everything. Because before that, you just had these generic Terminators that just kind of look,
They just
honestly,
look like
looking back, they
squats.
kind of look weird. For their time, they look
Really?
incredible. Looking at them
Yeah.
now, they kind of look weird because they're kind of like all like chunked up and everything. They kind of like look like boxy a little. It's kind of weird. But when they did that Blood Angel Hero set where we got those really cool posed Terminators and stuff, oh my gosh. And now actually seeing them be brought to proper scale, fully redone and everything, like it's like, man, like
Yeah,
these
no,
are
I agree.
gorgeous.
I wholeheartedly agree that they do look really, really nice.
Yeah, and anybody who hasn't had their hands on these, like they're chunky too. They feel chunk.
They
Yeah,
look
like having one on my desk at the minute, like they are chunky.
Yeah.
I'm painting the sergeant at the minute, and I'm literally an arm away from completion. And yeah, he is a unit. Even the normal Terminators now feel less clunky in comparative to these.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
if it's
because
just
also
the
the big
crotch armor
shield.
that's so heavy, but yeah, it is literally just super chunk. They're
Well,
just
and this is
built.
just such an iconic unit too. Like Terminators with Storm Shields and Thunderhammers were just such an
Mhm.
iconic back in the day unit. Like
Yeah.
this used to be an absolute menace back in the day because
I
these
believe that.
used to have 3+ invul saves, so you could save anything in a die roll of a 3+. And they hit like a truck too. So it was like they were horrible to deal with, but
Not wrong.
they were super expensive and they were just a lot of fun.
Not wrong. They all used to be full metal and everything, like back in the day. But I have to say, the only thing I will say on this kit is I vastly prefer the aesthetics of the the Thunder Hammers and Shields in comparative to the Claws. If I wanted Claws, I'd play Marvel and I'd have Wolverine.
Wow.
I will
No,
say
like
though, like the
bottomless
claws
poses.
to me, the claws almost, I don't know, they seem too small for the frame now.
They are a
Yeah.
bit longer in person, like they are a little bit longer, but like I feel like the posing they have gone for like a Marvel, like that sergeant. If you look at the sergeant for the hammer and he's like braced, ready for impact, like he's going to shred something, and then you look at the pose that they've done for the sergeant with the thunderclaw, the lightning claws, and he just looks like he's ready to tear some beef that you've slow cooked all day. Like
He's
there's
walking.
literally, yeah, there's literally no in between.
I think it also would have helped if they painted the claws a different
I'm not a fan of how they painted them, to be honest,
shade
personally.
of metallic. Like the blue, the light blue, it clashes too much with the ultramarine blue, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've tried to be more subtle. They used to paint them like dark blue, didn't they, Max? Like with the lightning going down them. But they're trying to be more clean aesthetics, and they've just done like it starting, and I don't know. It just doesn't suit me as a Terminator. I know you're covered in armor, and I know that a shield seems excessive, but they just fit how I see Terminators from being a kid.
I think it's because when we read about the lore and like how Terminators work, like yes, it's still a space marine, but Terminators are bulky, they're slow, they're a walking tank. Like I
Yep.
don't want some dude in slow armor swinging claws around. I want a dude who's
Yeah,
fast
exactly.
and agile, running in, hitting the claw where it's most effective, and getting out as
Yeah.
fast as possible. Not some walking tank that's slowly trying to scratch at your armor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly that.
Maybe.
But yes,
Moving on, though, we do have Subodin Khan, and this is, yeah, I personally really like this model, but one thing that Steve has mentioned is, and they mentioned in the article here, so stupid. This miniature previously available in Combat Patrol White Scars comes with a choice of helmeted and unhelmeted heads. Why have they not pictured a helmeted version of him anywhere?
And he's the only one that they've done that to.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, like literally, like even Iron Hands Ferios, that was the half helmet when they could have done a full Terminator helmet. Everything like that, no one else has had that sort of treatment except him, and they've not shown that helmet once, even in the announcement of the Combat Patrol.
Really? So it's not even like a mistake that it wasn't included on this.
No,
The funniest thing too is that if you go with the helmeted option, you have an option to do an automatic kitbash. Cut off the top knot of the bare head, glue it to the little like side little thing with extra heads, and you just add an extra head to his trophy rack for free in the kit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good
Done.
idea.
Paint it some different army or some different colors. Say it's like a rival, Chigoran warlord or something that he had to beat or make some cool lore. Done. You can literally kitbash this with what's in the kit.
Yeah, literally that.
The one thing I really like that I didn't notice before until I saw this model more is all the trim that's around the front of the bike in the red there. There's all this trim
Oh,
on the side of it.
I
Yeah, the
see.
specialized metalwork. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really nicely done. I have to say, it's one of the nicest models I've seen them release in character-wise. Like, even though I've had Shan for the Raven Guard here and Iron Hands, this I've not touched because I'd just avoid white at all costs. But that is genuinely a stunning model. From people I've seen it in person, like it's a really, really nicely detailed model.
No, I really, really like it. And a lot of it, the cape, I wish they would show better pictures of how the cape flows because it actually
Yeah.
flows really nice in person when you see it.
It looks a little bulky in the front facing picture.
Yeah, I
Um,
100% agree there. The power glaive is stunning though. They need to do more with glaives and
Okay.
spears, I feel.
I love it. Honestly, I've gone to the point where, because for my 40K successors for my salamanders, my emerald dragons, they don't use power swords. They actually use power spears. That's my lore for them because they're like dragon slaying spears that they developed purposely to hunt down dragons. That's their whole lore that I created. I love weapons like this because I thought about buying this just to put on a salamander just so it looks incredible.
No, it's fair.
If they
Ooh.
honestly need to release a weapon pack for 40K like they do for Horus Heresy, because for Horus Heresy, a lot of my salamanders are also armed with the power spear. I bought the command set, which then just comes with tons of weapons. Anybody who's in Horus Heresy, if you want a lot of weapons, buy the Mark 6 command squad or whatever it is. It comes with so many weapons, shields, helmets, all these different options you can do. It really adds to the kitbash ability. But then you can just quickly put spears on your guys for sergeants and stuff, and they really stand out instead of everybody being armed with just a same pistol and same sword and everything.
Yeah, sword or bloody power fist, yeah.
Yeah, but if they did stuff like that for 40K, where it's hey, here's a box of just get these lances or something.
Yeah, I've always said this. I said this to you, didn't I? Is instead of just doing heads, do weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you do for 30K, like your Blood Angels, Armory of the Blood Angels, Armory of the Sons of Horus, stuff like that, like the Chthonian bolters that have got the runes on and stuff like that. People would buy it so much. Because the fact is, helmets are great, but if you give us something to actually convert the models, even better.
It's because
absolutely.
when you're converting a model, they're selling you the experience of doing the hobby. When they're selling you a head, they're just changing the final image of what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And a business survives by selling an experience, not selling a product.
Exactly that.
Right? Because if you add more kitbash options, I can then take, 5 kits, make it my own lore, my own story, everything. Look how much that, but yeah, it sounds like it's 2 seconds to say, actually go do that though. That takes weeks. You're going to be so in it though. You'll be so hyper focused and it's going to look amazing. You'll kitbash it and make it look awesome. But then you have an experience of how you built it and why you built it this way. So yeah, I wish they would do our weapon packs, man. They're missing it.
It needs doing. It does.
Yeah. Moving on, we do have some of Warhammer, the old world. So I thought these were old. They are not.
No.
They are new.
Oldies in the
They are
old
new.
world.
That got proven when you read it where it says this is packed with 40 new Chaos Marauders right underneath the photo.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's the second sentence, so easy to miss.
I'm over here oh man, these are old sculpts. I don't know if I like these. He's like, no, they're new.
They're brand new.
Yeah, literally that. But they are nice. They're very, very nice.
So I guess this is the army box that they kind of did for Tomb Kings and Bretonia Cathay. These are those type of boxes. Is that what this is?
Similar, but not quite. It's the reinforcement set, so it's smaller. So your Cathay box had 2 artillery, 30 infantry, 10 cavalry. This is just 10 cavalry and 40 infantry. It's just because they're releasing just below it mentions this new journal, The Raising of the Westerland.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the interlink, really, because to use the Chaos Warriors rules, you'll need Ravening Hordes and Arcane Journal Chaos Warriors of Chaos. So it's an interlinked box. It's similar to when we were on about the other week, when we were on about campaign boxes.
Yes.
Very, very similar.
I
this
got
is
you.
something we're releasing for, instead of person versus person, these are 40 new units you can have, yeah.
It's so funny too, because we're not into the old world personally. I think it's a great system. I'm not against it at all. especially if anybody who's played the Total Warhammer, like 100% get into the old world because you can literally take your game from your video game, play it on the table, which is sick. One thing I will say though, which is kind of funny, every time an old world new army kit comes out, we both say, man, we should get into the old world. Every new kit.
Yeah. Even not
And don't get me wrong, a little biased because yes, Cathay just came out. I'm like in love with the Cathay line. Like I've openly said I would do Cathay. Like I was all Tomb Kings, and then I saw Cathay and I was like, who are Tomb Kings? But like it's just I don't know, there's just something, it's not even just the aesthetic, it's like the lore of the army too, because I actually started reading up on them after the new models came out, and I was like, hey, I actually want to hear what these guys are. And then I started getting more into the lore of the things, their leaders, stuff like that. I'm like, man, these guys are awesome. They're like so like there's a lot to them.
Very cool, a Cathay.
Yeah. But I like how now we do have new Cathay and new Chaos Warriors kits, as you mentioned, Steve, which is something that I do want to see more of. This is the only thing holding me back from the old world is personally, I don't like buying old kits. It's just a personal thing. I'm not
Right.
against other people doing it. And
No,
for
I agree.
nostalgia, I totally get it. I don't have nostalgia for the old world. I never got into it back then. So to me, it's a new system. It's not going back to an old system, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's new system, old models, and it's something they've done rarely, isn't it? So Britannia launched, and they got new dismounted knights, and then they were in plastic, and then everyone's had like 1 or 2 units through Forge World, like as in heroes for like new sculpts.
Yes.
But no one as such, barring Britannia, has actually had a new unit until Tomb Kings the other week. They got new HQs in plastic.
That new hero,
There's
yeah, the new hero.
the heralds and the lich priests. But barring that, no one's had anything else new plastic.
Damn.
So this is a welcome change in all respects, really. They're pushing everything else in plastic, so I would like to see them keep doing new units.
100%.
But again, I do think it comes back to, like we said with Cathay, that people are going to go from the old Marauder model, which was like the Catachans. They're looking at these for the amount of detail and being like, no, give me the old models. Like, I'm having to field 80 of these. I don't want to spend the next year painting them.
It's true.
So,
Now,
yeah.
it does say here there's 40 new Chaos Marauders for the Chaos Warriors army, each with enough options to build 4 units of each with command options too. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds great.
Yeah, sounds cool though.
Yeah, your command options are as like musician, captain, banner bearer.
Oh,
So,
right,
or
yeah, like your
3,
basic
So, like, as you,
upgrades and like, yeah, cool.
exactly that.
It does say it comes with 10 Marauder horsemen, which can be built as 2 units of 5, each with full command options and armed with either spears, shields, or flails. And there are 13 head options per 5 miniatures.
13 per 5?
Exactly that. They're doing well with it, to be fair.
This box also contains 2 new Warriors of Chaos transfer sheets, each with decals, all that. And then, so this is coinciding with the Arcane Journal, The Razzing of the Westerland, which is also on pre-order. And it says here it'll contain, the 48-page softback book that contains new narrative rules for the Marauders tribes.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just like Necromunda when they drop a new book and go, "Ooh, look at all these new models that you have to buy this book for." Like, yeah, we're used to it with GW by now.
Now, the one thing I will say, like seeing a journal like this and being somebody like we're big into heresy and we're getting journals now too for heresy. Now, the one thing I will say that I really enjoy for the heresy journals is like this. I believe these are both completely optional. You don't actually have to buy this. I guess you would have to buy this to get the rules though, right?
Yes and no. So if you read at the very bottom, to use the Warriors of Chaos rules, you'll need Ravening Hordes and the Arcane Journal for Warriors of Chaos. So they've gone the Necromunda route with this.
I see, yeah.
So like the Palanites, you can use them if you had the original book, but then the new units they just released, you had to buy the newest book for. And then the new Judiciars they're releasing probably in another month, you'll have to buy another book for. So like
That's
to
kinda
actually have a
crazy.
working gang, you need like 6 books and a core book. And like it says that, to play a Past the Glory campaign, you need the War of Sceptra's Fury now as well.
Yeah.
War of Sceptra's Fury is £17, which means it'll be like £50 in books before you even pay for your models.
See, because one thing I will say that they killed it with the these Horus Heresy journals, because like we got the Forge of Saturnine one, because these are not needed in any way. These just give you optional extra rules and optional extra missions. And I believe the missions are online as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. But the extra rules, like for example, this one, the Forges of Saturn, for example, it gives you, like, if you already bought Saturnine and you play Thousand Suns or you play Word Bearers, you can now take specific units from your Saturnine box that you've already built. They just have different rules on them than your standard Saturnine Terminators, which I really like. Like, for example, the Saturnine Terminators, they, for the Thousand Suns, they get like psychic powers now and stuff like that, which is super cool. The Word Bearers one, they're like demonic. They're like demonic, possessed Saturnine Terminators, which is crazy to think about.
Cool.
But then it does other things, like it just expands the lore a little bit. Like there's a Salamander player on the Salamander Horse Heresy group who they in this book they posted what the Pyre Guard look like, which is like this golden color scheme for the Salamanders. And there's a guy that's actually done a full Pyre Guard army now in the Horse Heresy Salamanders group, which just looks gorgeous. But just going back to this, I like how they're doing the Horse Heresy journals where it's completely optional. Like we didn't get the first journal because it was like it provided you with like 2 units, and they were like units we're not interested in. Some weird mission. The mission was weird too because it's like one side kind of feels like you're getting more bonuses because like one side just has to kill people and the other side has to hold everything. So it's like this weird. So we just weren't interested in that one, and we're just like, hey, we'll just buy this one. But the thing with these old world ones, it's like you almost need this in order to just play the game, which I'm not a fan of that. Unless there's going to be a PDF option for free, which then if you just want to, no, I don't think so. Okay, just straight no, just no.
Purchase is never a fun thing. Just include it if you need it to play. Just include it in the box.
Yeah, see, I agree with that. But like when I look at, so just looking at this for a quick reference, I look at Necromunda, right? So Necromunda core book is £44, and then depending on what house and things you do, like the newest Book of Judgment is £32.50. So you're spending nearly £80, and then there's Bastions of Law, as well. So that just to play Palanites, that's £120 worth of books before you buy a single model.
Yeah, I would be waiting to buy any models after that.
Yeah, it's bonkers. And don't get me wrong, the core book you could get in the box set.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't offset the cost of 4 to 5 books afterwards. Like,
no.
And my confusion with why GW is doing this is because they've gotten in a lot of shit from the community from this before. Because I don't know if you were around near the end of 7th, near the end of 8th, mate, you needed to bring literally 6 books to a game. Like it was you literally needed to bring this many books to play one game, and you had to flip through so many pages that every game took an astronomical amount of hours.
It was stupid.
And I think this is why they push so hard for the 10th edition to be so simplified, because there's one data sheet, that's the rules. It's super simple what it does. It even tells you like lethal hit. So when you're rolling a hit roll, it does this. Devastating wound. Like they've simplified it to even that point. So it does make like gameplay go pretty fast from what I have heard and seen for the most part, unless you're paying Party Scott. Love you. But other than that, unless you're doing 6 hours per turn, the games generally feel much faster and cleaner from what I've seen.
That's pissed.
Love you, Ryan. Next up we have Next up, we have a map of the old world Imperial Calendar 2278.
Yeah, so it's like the year it's set in.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting, really, because we had all this for Heresy, like Siege of Terror wise, and it's nice that they're now doing it for the old world. And I know exactly what's going to happen is people will buy this. It'll be all over Reddit because people will be like, they're going to expand the map by 13 centimeters on the right, and we're going to get Araby, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Don't read into it. They're releasing this for £50. They're going to take £50 off you. You're going to put it up in your office, and then they're going to release a new one in 6 weeks' time. I wouldn't worry too much. It's beautiful. It'll look amazing, but I don't want people to look into the lore behind it because I feel like it's a rabbit hole, very easy to get caught in.
100%.
It would make a really good wallpaper if they gave it as a free download, image download.
Yeah. I actually thought you meant wallpaper for the walls then. I was like, if they did a full roll for like 20, 30 pounds, just rolled it
That would be...
but yeah, no, you're not wrong. It would.
Yeah, and I mean, this comes on like your standard poster paper and everything like that. It's just, we've seen this type of stuff before. If you're like big into old world, or like maybe if you're even doing a campaign and something, like stuff like this is great for things like that, because you can like map out like where the battles are going to go and stuff.
Or like themed rooms even.
Yeah, literally that. Hobby rooms are all like that. But I think one thing it would go well with is like the Warhammer RPG set in real world.
Mm.
That would go really well for something like that. Like planning out your adventure and everything like that. That would work.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on, we do have some made-to-order Empire State troops. Okay, so
Oh,
these
back in
are
the day,
old. These are actually.
these are
The
80s,
one thing
90s.
I love, though, it says here, also available is a set of 10 metal state troops with halberds, a 3-strong metal state troops with halberd command group, and a 3-strong metal state troops command group. When 8, I just like their metal.
Yeah, it's nice that they're all at metal. Like, don't get me wrong,
Well, I
but
was worried we were gonna get that like fine cast resin that we had,
no,
which is like the
negative.
worst thing that ever happened to.
Just now we're on about face sculpts at the beginning of this, and I look at like the third one across, which is the halberd command group.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, just look at how simple we used to be. Look at what we used to enjoy before we said that faces were great. Like it was just literally a splodge with a nose. It was like Wallace and Gromit. I love it.
That's my type of face to paint.
Yeah, you just slap it on and put a wash on. You hope for the best. Like it's so nice to see them though.
I really like the colors.
That's
Yellow
how
and
it used to
red.
be though, Kim. Like old world, like very
That's
high
good.
fantasy, like medieval. Like this is what you get. It
Yep.
was very different compared to the blues, blacks, greens, and reds that we have these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are stunning.
Now, for anybody interested in these, so they are like a bunch of like Empire metal models, but it does say here that it can take up to 180 days to ship, which is 6 months. So if you are going to order them and you want them this year, you're probably waiting till about May of next year.
Yeah, at
For
least.
anybody ordering those. Now they are really nice if you're a nostalgic person or you're a collector and these are like some of the few miniatures you're missing or something like that, or you're starting out an Empire army and you want really cool, unique things. Like, yeah, I would probably go for it, but
Yeah,
maybe price dependent.
If you want your wrist to have a workout as you're playing, perfect for you.
I always think it's more for collectors of these, like people who
Yeah.
followed the old world for years, and obviously it was discontinued, and everything on eBay went through the roof, and now they make them to order, and they'll sell out every time because
Yep.
yeah, the minute that they'll stop making them, and then someone will be like, "Did anyone get that command group?" And then yeah, that's it. Then all of a sudden skyrocket in price again.
Yeah. Okay, so and then moving on here, we have the Middle Earth strategy, which is also made to order miniatures, and they are also metal ones. This is the classic metal Gandalf the Grey. At Rivendell, you have a metal Samwise Gamgee and Bill the Pony, and a set of 3 metal Twilight Ringwraiths, a set of 6 metal Orc Warriors, and finally a set of 8 Lord of the Rings casualties.
Casualties are my favourite because that's how I envisage myself after tonight's night shift. Is that middle dwarf?
The middle where we need to.
Oh, we're scrolling over. We're scrolling over. We're scrolling over.
Exactly how I
Okay, when
envisage.
you edit this, you need to zoom in on that. What he said.
A slow zoom.
Just
Everybody,
straight up.
I feel like that represents at least.
I love that you can just buy casualties that are made of metal.
I miss it so much that you used to be able to wear casualties. Like you get the battlefield casualties now, like the skull set for 40k, you just get 1 Space Marine. Like screw that. Give me like a sprue of dead Tyranids. Give me a sprue of everything. I will say the Urukai in the top left looks like he's doing the YMCA. And it makes it 100% makes me want to get this. You've got who wants Helm's Deep, and it's just I do.
Mate,
the
look
guy
at
in
the
the-
bottom left. Doesn't even look like he's dead. He looks like he's just chilling. He's just like laying
He's just had
down,
one too many
looking at you.
pints.
That guy looks like he just
He's had
took
one
care
too
of
many
all his
pints.
other
He's been
friends.
sick.
No, this is actually a box that I am like interested in getting just to paint and have for display. Like
Yeah,
these
fair.
models are really, really nice. I really like the look of them. Lord of the Rings in general.
Lord of the Rings is a great system, and from a lot of people I've spoke to, it's an amazing system to play. I've never got back into it because basic models like Gondor at the top there haven't been updated in so long. Like you go to paint it now, and it's literally just like the hand clips in for the sword. Or in fact, not even that; it's the arm for the spear. Like the swordsmen are literally just come on the sprue as they are. And it's one of them. If you're happy doing it, you're happy doing it. But for your AOS love and hyper detail, I feel like you get bored.
Might not. No.
Just
Not
being
enough
honest, like you're
detail
used
now,
to
yeah.
20,000 details and they don't have it.
It's true.
Yeah, like the newer stuff does, but again, the newer stuff is once every 3 months.
Yeah. Now, yeah, these do look great, but for anybody looking at orders, so these do go on pre-order next Saturday, which is the 22nd of November, and it does also say these will be also 180 days to ship. So again, next May. So
Mark your
anybody,
calendars.
yeah, mark your calendar. This is a plan forward. This is an investment now type of situation.
Yeah, it's
Moving
definitely one of those
on.
where people still chase it after 6 months. So don't feel bad if it
Oh,
hasn't
for
arrived
sure.
within the 180-day period.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on, we do have the Black Library stuff. So we do have the Ashes of the Imperium.
Yes.
So this is the first book in the Scouring.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, this gorgeous
The
cover.
limited edition one is. It's stunning to see that we're going back to it finally.
That's the regular one.
Oh, it makes, yeah, the limited edition one makes the regular one a little boring.
Yes and no for me. I always stand by this at the minute. But like I was saying to you guys before, what interests me here is not just that limited edition, it's the bottom paragraph. This is your first chance to buy it, which is
Yeah.
currently only available while stock says. If it sells out in a blur, in other words, if the scalpers buy all this, we'll look to do a restock in the near future.
So not really
Because-
limited.
Yeah, exactly. So not really limited because usually it's limited and signed, like the second one that we've got
Yeah.
this weekend that you've mentioned already, the Master of Brights novel. This, however, is not stated as that, I don't think.
Yeah.
A metal emblem, foil blocking, black ribbon. Yeah, so there's lots of extras. It's a premium edition, not a limited edition anymore.
Look at what they're doing. Like they're
That's
changing.
how they get you.
Like that is the vital difference now is we can restock this, which don't get me wrong, it's a positive. If you want a leatherback book that looks limited edition, they're now willing to restock it. So fair play. Like at least it gets scalpers away from it, and maybe if we can push them away from that, they'll stop buying the rest of them. I
Hopefully.
doubt it, but yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, and then scrolling down, we do get the regular cover art, which I think Games Warhammer Official posted this week anyways, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Thought they posted recently. They posted this cover art, which is like Dorn talking to Gilliman on like a set of stairs and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
It was
I
recent.
mean,
Was
the
that the
original cover looks
announcement?
fine.
Yeah, no, it is really nice. I'm just a big fan of the all black and sleek look.
Yeah, as you say, it's got like Ultramarines, World Bearers, Iron Warriors, and Imperial Fists, all logos all over it. It's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and then
The
we
French
do
and the
have
Germans are
this
getting it as well.
book in French and German. So for anybody doing that, and then we have the Master of Rights book. So we mentioned this earlier because the model is coming out now too, but this is the book that coincides with it.
Yep, it's
So
hammer
for
time.
anybody who wants to get into it, and this book looks great to me. I really like how you can see his hammer on the front. It's clearly his
Yep.
name there. It tells you his rank there. It's like the number 6 there in the Ultramarine thing to show that he's the Master of Rights. And then you get like a little thing that has his quote, "I've done my duty. That is all."
I think that's on the back, right? The back of the book.
I think it's a bookmark and a blue ribbon. Oh, the bookmark just says, whoops. I think it is then, yeah. Every copy is uniquely numbered, signed by the author. Oh,
It's a book divider. It is a bookmark. The little ribbon.
yeah. So no. So I was just saying, like, I like how you can see the hammer, the book, like his rank for the Master of Rights, the little quote that they put
right.
there, like "I've done my duty" and all that.
We were trying to figure out if the quote is on the back of the book or if it's almost like a bookmark
So
that they include.
That's the back. So it's like I'd have to get it out of the pile. It's very, very similar to how they've done it before. I find it interesting they've picked that quote for him. But yeah, and also the little ribbon thing that I heard you discussing previously, that is a bookmark. It's just a premium feature they've put in all the limited editions. They always
Yeah.
put foiled edges and the ribbon bookmark. They've done it since what seems like the beginning of time at this point. Yeah.
So
it's
the
a nice
interesting thing here it says at the bottom of the paragraph, every copy is uniquely numbered, signed by the author, and contains the author's afterwards and an additional short story, sanctioned
yeah.
death.
It's why I like the limited editions if they have extra novels. They usually do it as an extra novel, which gets released as an ebook.
I see.
Usually, a lot of
Yeah,
the time they do
and-
it as an ebook, or it's something they've written before. In some cases, but Rob Young, I don't know if I've actually read anything of Rob Young's so far. I think this is another one that's quite new to the Black Library. Yeah, he did the Leonatus book.
No,
He did
we're gonna be
Leonatus
stuck
and
in
the
this cycle
Sniper
now,
book,
but
the
I got
long
updates
shot
for
book
doing
for the
that.
Astra Militarum. Do you know which two I mean, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
He's done 2 for him, but that's literally been it. So it's quite a prestigious thing for him, really.
Yeah, I mean, I
Carrying
wish him all the
from-
best. It
yeah,
seems
like-
to be going well.
Yeah, like genuinely to go from a small novel and then the Leonard's novel to, writing one of the most major characters in the Dawn of Fire series individual novel is quite a jump. So he's done well for himself. It's nice to see him bringing newer authors in, as obviously like Nick Kime, Aaron Dembski, Gav Thorpe, everyone. Some of them are edging towards retirement. Some of them have gone different paths. Like Nick is, as we know, higher up for the narrative of 40k now, and Aaron is in charge of the Black Library. So
Very
it's
cool.
changed since back in the day.
I wonder how those guys sometimes feel going from like writing the books to like just being like the manager.
Yeah, exactly that. Like Aaron does absolutely incredible novels, and I wonder how he feels sometimes that everyone like rants about how good he is, and now he has to like manage everyone else writing. I'd be like, move out my way, like throwing typewriters around the office.
It's like you hear like
Typewriter.
it's like sorry, I've been in like automotive industry for a long time, but in automotive you have a lot of mechanics that won't become foremen because then you stop turning wrenches, you just start being a manager, and they don't want to do that. They're like, no, I want to turn wrenches. I
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
miss
manage
it.
people. I want to do my job.
Yeah, I don't want to have to
So,
piss them
like
out.
I'd be interested if there's almost like a writer's thing like that where they're like, no, I don't want to become a manager because I want to just write story.
Yeah, just let me keep developing the narrative.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Moving on though,
exactly.
we do have the Hell's Last Minka Lesk novel.
Oh, is it paperback release? Hell's Last. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they've done
So
well
this
out
is
of
the
this.
paperback format coming out. She has her own model too, right? The whole squad.
Yeah,
Her
we discussed it a couple of
squad.
weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
literally the people on this cover. You've got like the Scottish Imperial Guard, the
Yes,
banner bearer, the commissar with the axe. Yeah,
the really cool commissar.
yeah, exactly. To be fair, I actually really like, having read the lore, the Scottish Imperial Guardsmen. Like the lore
Really?
behind like the Highlander thing. Yeah, like they got some really cool stuff about them. And again, another
Good.
avenue that GW could explore. But yes.
They maybe they're saving it for later when certain things die out. It's kind of like a way to pump things back up for them. Who knows?
Yeah, or maybe when Cadia just stops existing. Oh wait, no. Won't be that nasty.
And then we do have Steel Tread coming out in paperback as well by Andy Clark.
That's hardback, no? Yeah, hardback, because the limited edition
Sorry,
went up for
hardback.
pre-order this
Sorry,
weekend.
yes, hardback, yes.
But that's already been out in paperback, hasn't it? I swear it has.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was
that
just
went
the limited.
paperback first. Yeah, this is part of the Astra Militarum reboot that they've been doing. You know, like all the books they announced they were doing in limited
Yes.
edition.
Yeah.
Steel Tread was paperback. Then it's got a limited edition re-release now, which has just hit the store yesterday.
And now it's
And
in
now
hardback.
we're getting the hardback release the week after.
What an odd order to do things.
Yeah, you know.
Interesting, but
You'd think they just released the hardback and the LE at the same time. But anyway, I don't work for GW, and as such, that's not my problem. Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Yeah. After that, we do get the Horus Heresy Collection number 18 in
Right.
French. So for the French listeners,
and it
that
is a
is
nice.
available.
I'm intrigued. That's Horus Heresy. Yeah, so there's that. I was trying to work it out. I was like, which ones are they? Titan Death is La Morat des Titans. Doesn't sound the same, does it? It's not quite as effective or
No.
dramatic.
Nope.
Titan Death, La Mort. No, not for me.
And then we do have Eidolon, the Auric Hammer, coming out in German on ebook, as well as hardback. If for our German listeners, if you're into Eidolon and you play Emperor's Children, go nuts.
Apparently, a really good novel.
I've liked Eidolon. I know he's like up there for like controversy of like how he is as a person because
Yeah.
he's like kind of mentally not stable.
Who is?
And then for our German listeners, you are also getting The Fall of Cadia, which in German sounds so much cooler than The Fall of Cadia.
Der
Yeah,
Fall
I will say that is, yeah.
Der Fall von Cadia.
Der Fall von Cadia.
It doesn't quite work when you say it like that, Kim.
Gonna say it with a little more like
Aggression.
anger.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Der Fall von Cadia. It's coming out.
We got to clip that.
Yeah, I hope that gets clipped.
I'm gonna be the one clipping it. So
I hope someone from the public
we'll see if
clips
it makes it in.
And then on Warhammer TV this week, John French is joined by Alex for a chat on scribes and what did I just click? Scribes and scriveners, where they discuss John's writing process and how he approached penning novels in the epic Horus Heresy and Siege of Terra Tactics. On Citadel Masterclass, you get guides for Hellschmists of Hashut, including their metallic armor, desecrated gems, and their infamous horn helms. And the battle report, it looks like it is Sons of
It's your
Behemat
new
versus
favourite.
Sons
Yeah.
of...
Yeah, I think so. I'd say so. Judging by that, that looks like the man-eater. Or not the man-eater, the gatebreaker versus the new character from Hashut. And then as it says there, there'll be a trailer for the second half of Black Talon Season 2. Can we just ask the question of since when was Warhammer TV turned into Netflix? Dropping things in two halves? Do they think that Black Talon's the new Stranger Things? Like, as much as I'm a huge fan, yeah, walking a fine line. I will say, judging by the whole thing about Darkwater, I'm putting odds. Either it's within 2 weekends of now that goes up for pre-order. There's the new Warhammer Quest.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be right before Christmas.
Yeah, literally that. So second week of December, I'm putting it at latest
Yep,
release of
for
the
sure.
13th of December.
They might even do it earlier because you would need to have like the window of people to get it before Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm almost thinking it's next week because they've released all the characters now for the good guys. They've shown off all the bad guys at the preview.
Yep.
And I'm like, now they're discussing the rules next week, which makes me think like Thursday will come, like, oh, wait and see what happens, and then boom, there you go. Darkwater's next Saturday's release. Well, pre-order. Next Sunday, sorry, not next Saturday. So it'll be the week after, which would make sense. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Latest the week after that, yeah. Yeah, so that's the Sunday preview little
Not too
wrap up.
shabby.
And then on our side of things, I know Steve,
Yeah, what are you two working on?
Steve, you just finished a nice little tutorial there. Do you want to talk
I did
about
my
that?
tutorial. I did a Victrix Guard. I've been actually productive and consistent, I'll have you know.
Wow, 2
I
minis.
finished my Victrix Guard for a change, and then I did my little gold tutorial because someone asked me about it, and then maybe I'll take photos of this before later this evening. And today I've nearly hammered a Terminator out. I literally, as I said during this, I've got about one arm left and some tidy up on the white stripe down his helmet. So yeah, I've been quite productive really, trying to keep it up, but we shall see. How about you guys? What have you been doing?
Yeah, so on my end, I just need to do the final bases of a lot of my effect models. They're almost done. I just need to literally finish the bases and then add some tufts, and they're 100% done. My Nighthaunt, I've been organizing them. We're starting Path to Glory campaigns soon, so I've just been organizing a lot of my models, trying to finish up the bases. My Nighthaunt have like a weird, not a weird, so I've my first time ever doing oil, like an oil wash, like made myself. Like I bought an oil paint and then I thin it down with animals and stuff. It's my first time doing it, so when I do it, I like to like do a big batch of it.
Yeah.
If that makes
So you
sense.
get the most out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to waste it. It's not cheap. Like I buy pretty good oil paints so that they go like longer and last pretty well. But I do love doing the effect on Nighthaunt because it adds so much grime and like
It gives them a bit more grit
fear.
than just floaty bed sheets.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But it adds so much to the realism because I do my Nighthaunt white fading into black, like literally fading into nothingness. So it adds to that like gradation of it going. So this week I'm going to be doing like a big like 90% of my Nighthaunt will be getting an oil wash on them, so then they're done. So a big upkeep in my Nighthaunt soon. And other than that, the Ossiarch Bone Reaper Spearhead is done. I'm just basing a lot of stuff this week too. Lots of stuff going in, being primed this week on my end.
Just been working on my Sons of Behemat for Age of Sigmar and some more Gloomspite, of course.
Shock horror.
Have
Who would
to.
have thought that Loomshrine Studios has been doing Gloomspite again?
At this point, it's like I'm being held at gunpoint by my Gloomspite to paint them. There's no other choice. I have to.
The thing is though, like she's been like experimenting a lot with those like army painter markers that we talked about on last week. Absolutely loving it. Again, we're not sponsored by nobody, but army painter, like those markers you guys did are absolutely incredible. Anybody looking to get like a quick thing, the thing that's great about them too, they're easy to store away and they're so good for just a little touch up, like a quick little like boom boom boom.
Are they color matched?
Sorry?
Are they color matched to the pre-existing paint range?
Identical.
All right, okay. So
The thing is,
like,
so here's a little insider scoop. So these markers, this is how they come for our watchers. Anybody listening will have probably a post up about these if we don't already. The thing is that I discovered you can go on Green Stuff World and buy these empty, and you can fill it with any army painter color you want. You can go on Green Stuff World, you can order this exact pen, it'll come empty, and you can put any color in here. Because we tested it, we actually tested, like we took a blood red, like an actual like thing of like blood red by army painter, and we took like the blood red marker. This isn't it, I'm just saying we have both, and we tested them side by side. We couldn't tell where what color was. That's how well it blended. We couldn't tell a difference. We didn't know where the marker ended and where the paintbrush started. That's how well it blended the two. So it is the same color in the tube, identical
It
color.
is just, interesting. And it's unlike GW then, where your primer doesn't match your actual base paints. So yeah, no, I like that. It's always my biggest.
You mean how in all their videos, prime it black. Step 1, take your largest brush and paint the model black.
I despise it. This is why when people message me, they're like, "What color did you prime it?" And I'm like, "Well, it doesn't matter what color I primed it, because no matter what, I'm going to paint my base color on." I just no, we won't go there.
But yeah, anyway, so anybody who's looking to get into these, and I've seen these people online buy the empty ones, and then they buy the what are they called? What are those ink sweets? What's the brand name?
You know about the little funnel?
Oh, just ink.
But yeah, you can just buy like actual ink and pour it in the little pen, and it'll work just like the Army Painter advertises it.
Daler and Rowney inks for the UK, and
Inkticity or whatever they're called.
I think
it's your acrylic inks is what you're
so.
looking for.
We use this brand, the inks.
Christ, Ink Tensity.
By
Yeah, no,
AK.
yeah.
Because these are all made by AK, and they're great. Like we love
Yeah,
these.
no, they are.
amazing.
So I've seen somebody buy those empty marker pens, like for Army Painter.
Yeah.
Sorry, from Green Stuff World, and he filled it with just bare inks, and it worked exactly the same. So if you're looking to get preset colors because you already are doing Army Painter colors, you could do these. If you want to just have a cool paint marker for touch-ups and little things like that, because they do work insanely well for that. Because then you don't have to
fast.
you don't have to open like you don't have to open a dropper, you don't have to put on a palette, you don't have to wet your
No.
brush, you don't have to do all of that. You just pop the marker open, quickly touch up what you need, done, you move on, close the marker, you're done.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Quick pen and go.
Now, if they did have it where like the color was a little off, like GW, yeah, you couldn't do that. It'd be so broken.
Yeah, it'd just be ridiculous. End in tears.
A lot.
It would.
But yeah, I think with that we're good.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done
wrap up
there.
here.
I might do another tutorial. I've been debating it. I've been debating doing like one of the little talky tutorials. You know, like every influencer ever. I'm debating doing it.
No, one thing, we'll talk off camera. Yeah, so with that, I think you should do more. But I have a cool idea I'm gonna mention to you off call. But yeah, no, I think you should do them more, dude. I personally love tutorials. Use some of our tutorials, like Dan Elder, if you're listening. I use your fire weapon tutorial now for all my fire weapons.
Fair.
It's simple, it works super easy, it makes your weapons look great. Why wouldn't I do it? Like,
yeah, it does look really good.
But yeah, so with that, thank you guys for joining in again. Thank you for listening, to the liking, subscribing, all that. Check us out on the usual socials. We're not gonna overly advertise any of that. If you guys have anything you want to send to us or be a guest, please feel free to email us and visit our website for all that information. And we will see you guys Wednesday for another Loon Shrine Book Club episode. Have a good one till then, everybody. And from all of us here at the Voxcaster Podcast, bye.
Bye.